were clouded and full of doubts. The world was in pain and negativity. You made us hold on to the positive thought. Negativity. Oh MINLA, you boosted us with your smiles. Oh MINLA, you've come so far, guiding us to the light. Inspired both young and old with patience and mindfulness. We thank you, oh MINLA, we thank you. This gift that you gave us is larger than life. To go ahead with confidence and smile, we thank you, oh MINLA, we thank you. M for mindfulness, I for innovation, N for newness, L for loyalty, A for activeness. You gave us the direction. Oh MINLA, you boosted us with your smiles. Oh MINLA, you've come so far, guiding us to the right. We thank you, oh MINLA, we thank you, oh MINLA, Meena ji and Lalit ji. We thank you for everything.
A global namaste to all of you. A happy new year 2023 to all our MINLA Zoom viewers. Welcome on our first session of 2023. Meena Ben and myself, Dr. Lalit Soda, are truly delighted in welcoming you all on this session with our super excellent speaker today. Let me tell you, MINLA Zoom session started in March 2020 during the pandemic time, where we were all lost. But 3 years, almost 3 years now, coming up in March, we have been spreading information, we have been spreading love, peace, and educating the global community with different topics, different speakers, very inspirational, motivational speaker. Today, we are truly delighted to have one of those truly inspiring and motivating speakers with us. None other than James Kagambi. Who is James Kagambi? Well, this is where we want the whole globe to know who this super awesome personality from Kenya, East Africa, who is he? Well, let me tell you a little bit about James. James is a mountain trekker. In 1983, his first ascent was Point Lenana on Mount Kenyan. He then went on to Kilimanjaro with Honorable Matiba. He joined the NOIs as a trainee instructor. He also joined the MCK, the Mountaineering Club of Kenya. He did his instructor's course in the United States of America in 1989. He summited Danao as the first Black African. In 1991, he represented Africa on a world peace climb on the Eiger, Switzerland, became honorary member of the Mountaineering Club of Kenya. He summited Aconcagua as the first Black African. He helped train with Mount Kenya Rescue Team in the late 90s, and he trained guides and rangers on the East African mountains through the NOIs. Through 1999 to 2017, He worked in the Patagonia Mountains, the Rocky Mountains, and in India on mountain training trips. He led and helped in filming Snows of the Nile documentary on the Ruwenzori in 2013. He also in the same year led the first all-black team on Denali in Alaska. In 2013, led the flag-raising expedition to Batian, Kenya at 50. He became, in 2020, an honorary warden. Currently, he is the most experienced NOLS instructor with over 880 weeks in the field, equivalent to 17 years in a tent. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this is the inspirational speaker for us. And really and truly what caught our eyes was he is the first Black African, if I may use that terminology, and the first Black African Kenyan who has actually summited Mount Everest. Now, this is a legend amongst us. This is the gentleman does definitely need a recommendation of an award from the president of the Kenyan government. Anybody who's listening to this Zoom session, whether it's on Zoom Live or on Facebook, please take the message to your president in the country. This guy needs to be nominated for an award, not just nominated, he actually deserves an award. So this absolutely an award winner for our minds. We welcome James Kagambi on the MINLA Zoom sessions. Hello, Mr. Kagambi.
Hi. Hello, how are you?
I am very well, thank you. It's a pleasure and an honor to have you on our Zoom session, Mr. Kagambi.
Yeah, I'm delighted.
Great. What I'm going to move on to the next process is our lady, none other than Mrs. Meena Ben Kagram, who has been a recent awardee of several awards. She has recently in 2022 been nominated and has received several awards. Of them, she has received the Dr. Sarojini Naidu Award for women and being inspirational for women. She has recently been also awarded one of the best personalities with the Lohana Mahaparishad in Raipur in India. She's also been nominated in the Lohana community in Kenya. My God, this lady is collecting awards like I would collect my sweets. So none other than Mrs. Meena Kagram, we welcome you to formally welcome Mr. James Kagambi on our MINLA Zoom session. My wonderful MINLA partner, Mrs. Meena Ben Kagram.
Thank you, Lalit. I don't know what to say. What kind of worrying you are collecting sweets? James, how are you?
I'm quite well, thank you.
Yeah. Since you have been to India, you know, this is how we honor people and welcome. So this is for you, your forehead, with a little bit of rice. And this is a garland for you. Welcome. Yeah, welcome to MINLA Zoom session. Oh, yeah, this is it. Okay. Global, Happy New Year to everybody. Jambo Karibuni. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the flamingo city of Nairobi. Nakuru, sorry, where am I? Where Lake Nakuru is famous for wildlife and flamingos. Nakuru County is the one where world famous fastest runners like the first marathon runner Kipchoge Keino, Eliud Kipchoge, Faith are born here. We have very old Hyrex Museum and world famous crater too. Nakuru is the fastest progressing city in the world. It is the city of opportunity. My cute cousin, Dr. Lalit, and myself, MINLA Zoom, are super excited to welcome you all and here who have joined in MINLA Zoom and on Facebook Live. Most you welcome to our pride speaker, James. Can't wait to listen to your inspirational and motivational speech. Biwi Navana. let me introduce to you our backbone of this session, MC, Miss Dr. Lalit Sodha. He is a professional speaker, chiropractor, and author. He is a recipient of many awards, and recently he's been awarded Marwa Journalist Award and Lohana Mahaparishad Journalist Award too, and many more. Over to you, Lalit. We are not here to sing ours.
Thank you very much, Minaben. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Now, we formally embark on our session with Mr. James Kagambi. Mr. Kagambi, very, very warm welcome with us. I am truly delighted and I want to really exchange this information with you and really hungry to hear what your journey has been like. So before we embark on your journey with a nice question answer session, may I ask you to, if you wish to say a couple words about the MINLA Zoom session, how we got all on about it, and then we can start the question answer with you. So first of all, a formal welcome to you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Reed and Mina. And it's Mina who reached out to me. She heard about me because in May 2022, when I summited Everest, I'm not very good with computers, but they told me that I was trending #1 in Kenya. And I think that's how Mina found me. And when I came back to Kenya, she reached out and asked whether I could come to one of the sessions. Unfortunately, I've been so busy that I couldn't be available for all this time until now.
So she approached you, and obviously, is this correct, an assumption or statistically a correct fact? Are you the first Kenyan African to summit Mount Everest?
Yeah, I would say I'm the first Kenyan of African descent, or simply the first Kenyan citizen. There are two more who have summited, but they are residents.
Ah, wonderful. I like that. I like that. So Kenyan citizen Awana Inchi, who has made it all the way to the peak of Everest. And we'll certainly be talking about that. But that video of yours on top of the mountain was just truly inspiring. You're dancing away, you're talking away. I don't know where you got the breath from, but that was awesome. We'll talk about that in a second. James, first of all, my question to you would be, how did your journey as a trekker start? Because trekking is not something that is done on a day-to-day basis. It's not like going for a walk in a park. How did your journey start?
I would say that when I grew up, and especially some of the schools I went to, you really didn't walk to school, you trekked to school or you ran to school. So my outdoors journey started when I started going to school, because you're hiking through animals, you're hiking through a terrain that is difficult, through the forest. And a day I would cover like 10 kilometers back and forth. And I would say that I grew into liking that and missing it when I stopped running to school and went to high school.
Wow. So that's quite an early age when it started. Now, at that point in time, just to get an idea, how much were you walking? How much were you walking on a day-to-day basis to and from school?
When I was in primary from grade 2 all the way to 7, every day I definitely had to cover 10 kilometers to take the milk to the dairy before I go to school. On Saturday, I'll go to take the milk to the dairy in the morning, come back, take the cows to the dip, same place, come back, take the coffee to the coffee factory. So I'll cover 30 kilometers every day. When I moved to school, every day my walk to school would be 10 kilometers.
Wow, that is amazing. 10-kilometer training walks, 30 kilometers prior to that. That's just out of this world. So you were actually born to walk. Is that correct?
Yeah, I was born, I would say I was almost born walking. And I loved it and I enjoyed it. But something missing. And I realized that it is the walking. It is the going outside.
Okay.
It is
Now,
meeting the animals out there. It is going through the forest that I'm missing. And that's when I started covering books.
so it all started at early days. Now, if I ask you a question, did you at that point in time think that you would be going up the biggest mountains, the tallest mountains, the world famous mountains? Did you think or envision that at a young age?
No, I didn't. Even at a later stage, I never knew that mountaineering was anything. I never knew there was something called outdoor education or outdoor learning, but I was out there. I assumed everybody went through that until much later I realized that that was actually special. At that point when I was doing that, I was seeing it like a punishment. But even when I missed it, I could still say, wow, I still need to go run out there. I missed that. Yeah, even when I started going up a mountain, I never knew that it would take me to where I got to.
That's amazing. A punishment that became a profession, eh?
Yes,
That's wonderful. I like that. Now, when you were doing all that, and when did you start thinking that, aha, you want to do some mountaineering, you want to go up Point Lenana? What was the reason why you chose Point Lenana, and why did you want to do that?
well, if I take you back in 1973, when Kenya was celebrating 10 years of independence, I remember my dad dragging me out of bed and pointing me to Mount Kenya because somebody was shooting fireworks on top of the mountain. And I looked up, I didn't tell him anything. I was only 13 years old. And I said, wow, that's cool. I would like to do that one time. I say that, I didn't say it, but that's what I thought about. And 50 years later, I was that person who did those fireworks.
Wow, the dream came true 50 years later.
Yes.
So here, ladies and gentlemen, what an inspirational, motivating point this gentleman is sharing. Keep dreaming, because dreams do come true, even if they take time. 50 years it took him. Yes, but it certainly came true. So if you want something that badly, you will go for it no matter how long it takes, no matter what it takes. So here, a live example of James Kagambi dreaming 50 years ago, and his dream did come true. James, what a wonderful story to share. Thank you for that. Thank you. So now, so you said Point Lenana, which is on Mount Kenya, was the first mountain that you climbed. Is that correct?
Well, my first mountain, well, Mount Kenya was the first big one, but there's another one called Mount Elgon, the second highest in Kenya. And while I was in high school, I was a scout leader. And one time I would look at the mountain, I would hear stories. I didn't know mountaineering was anything. I really didn't know the mountain, but I went to the scout master and the principal, and I said, I want to go and take scouts to Mount Elgon. And they were like, have you ever been there? No. And I convinced them that I can take people. And actually they allowed to take 50 young people when I was in high school in Mount Elgon. We didn't go far. We got in a cave, we cooked, ate, slept, went back to school the following day. And when we went back, I was like, wow, that was risky, but it gave me a lot of confidence. It just told me that I can do anything if I really wanted to. And I can convince people that I can help. And since then, I never turned back. When I want to do something, I don't hear no for an answer. I still keep pushing.
That's so optimistic. That's absolutely awesome to hear from you. So all that became into a profession for you. Is that correct? Mountaineering is now your profession. Is that correct?
Yes, that is my profession, mountaineering and trekking.
So you currently take troops with you, groups of people with you on different mountains. Is that correct?
Yes, whenever you want to go to any mountain, whether I've been there or not, you just need to talk to me, and then I'll look at it and figure out how we'll get there, and I can do all the logistics and then guide them up.
Well, one thing you've got to do for us, James, and this is something we'll hold you for. This lovely lady, Mrs. Meena Ben Kagram, wants to climb up to Mount Kenya and summit it. Can you help her?
Yeah. I will do exactly that. I am known, I have a lot of patience, and I see a lot of companies coming to me when they have the older clients because they know that I have the patience for everybody.
Absolutely. So I think on the next trek where we are doing Mount Kenya, I'm certainly doing Mount Kenya with you because this is one mountain that I haven't climbed, and it's a passion because I come from Kenya myself. So I'd love to do that. So on the next trip, we're taking this lovely lady with us.
Okay. Welcome.
So wonderful. Yeah. So this became a punishment that became a profession that became a passion for you. That is certainly so nice to see. So when did you decide that you wanted to do Mount Everest?
Well, that's a long story.
Tell us about it.
After I accomplished all these conquering mountains, Denali, Aconcagua, representing Africa, and doing Kilimanjaro so many times and being the first to do all these things, I was like, why can't I do Everest? And I researched and realized at that point, there was no Black person from Africa who had summited Everest. And so that became my goal. Unfortunately, I never got sponsorship. I got into 2 teams, but every time they would realize that I'm an exceptional. I'm not a resident of USA, so I could not be covered in that. So I will be not kicked out, but I would be told you can't go. And I stopped and I quit and I said, well, I've done so much. Why even bother about Everest? But when I led the first Black team on Denali, alongside our team, there was another team. That team was led by Conrad Anker and John Klokoa, who are famous mountaineers, and they knew about us. They were sponsored by Northwest. We were sponsored by Northwest. And then Phil Henderson, who is a Black American, who is also a nurse instructor like me. And I remember coming down and thinking, if we can do this, the first Black team to Denali, why can't we do it for Everest? But I never shared that with anybody. And Phil was thinking the same. So after 2013, I was like, no, I don't need to go to Everest, I'm done. But when Phil came back and said, KG, we are going to Everest, and I was like, are you crazy? I'm old, I can't do it. But he gave me all the reasons that made me say, okay, I changed my mind.
And that's when you tried to summit Everest.
Yes.
And how long did it take you to complete the full trek from landing into Kathmandu to flying into Lukla and then going all the way to the peak? How long was your journey?
Our journey was, we had planned for 2 months because you have to, because you don't know about the weather. Our journey, but ours took 1.5 months. We flew out on 7th of May, and we were back in Kathmandu on 21st of May. So we started 4th of April, 7th of April, then came back on 21st May.
Wonderful, wonderful. And the actual climb from Everest Base Camp to the summit, how long did that take you?
You have to kind of do it a few times. We're not going to the summit, but the first rotation, you have to do a rotation, Everest Base Camp for like 7 days so that your body can start acclimatizing. And then you have to hike to Camp 1, which is the most dangerous part of the trip, going through the icefall. And during that time, they will give you a time. You have to make this time, otherwise you cannot continue on. And you go to Camp 1, Camp 2, Camp 3, and then come back to Everest Base Camp. And that tells you how your body will react. And when you come back, you rest again. But when we set out the second time, we did not come back. That's when we went to the summit. And it took us about 9 days up and down.
Wow. So 9 days from base camp up to the summit and back to the base camp.
Yes, sir.
Correct. Okay. Now, I know for a fact that it's not a piece of cake. It's not like walking in the park. What were some of the challenges that you personally faced from the trek? James, can you hear me?
I can hear you now, but I did not hear your cut off. I did not hear the question.
Okay. The question is, what were some of the challenges you faced while you were on the trek? It's definitely not a walk in the park. It is a tough trek. What were the challenges that you faced?
I don't want to downgrade Everest. I don't want to say it is an easy mountain because I know it is tough. I was prepared for it. I had worked so much. And again, I don't want to say that I was disappointed by how easy it was. It was not easy. We had very good weather. That was really helpful. I had a very good team. And I am a mountaineer. I've been in high altitude mountains so many times, up and down. I live in the mountains. So for me, body-wise, I was fine. I think the biggest challenge I had was a cough. They call it the Kumbu cough. That I started doing the rotation and it never went until I came all the way back to Kenya. That was the challenge I had the most. The other challenge I had was the first day of the rotation, going through the ice fall and knowing the history about it and all that. That was quite challenging mentally. So like, really, can I make it? Can I make this time? Is the ice going to hold? And when I did it the first time, coming back, I did it in 7 hours. Second time, I did it in 4 hours. And I was like, and I felt so comfortable. The last challenge I had, it was the last day of the climb after we summited, coming from Camp 4, I had to help a few people getting down. And by doing that, I broke one of my rules of taking care of other people and forgetting myself. And I have to say that I got dehydrated. I didn't realize it until I got to camp and started, having issues, and I knew it was dehydration. Those were the challenges that I had. Otherwise, a lot of times I just had fun.
Wow. Wow. That's amazing. That's absolutely amazing. Kumbukov is so common on the trek, even while going up to base camp. The Kumbu Valley, when you go through it and you catch the dust from it. So that is A, understandable. B, it's part and parcel of your trek, so you live with it. But there is obviously something in your mind that says it's a tough day. Will I make it? Did you ever doubt yourself? Will I make it?
The first time I went through the ice field and I looked at it and I did a few moves, I did not doubt myself, but I wondered whether I can still make it. But every time I went through a hurdle, I felt better. I went through another one, I felt better. I knew that I can ice climb, I can go on snow, I can go on steep stuff. I've used crampons for like 30 years. So I never doubted that I can do this.
So definitely you had a good base training that you had, and you were very confident with what you were doing. Did you feel altitude sickness? Were you short of breath and thinking, oh my God, where's my next breath coming from?
No, as a mountaineer, there's one thing I usually say: take your time, use your own speed. Don't just run after other people. And sometimes I even make fun when people come by me and say, you can run, but you fight me there. And a lot of times it happens. Just because I take care of myself, I make sure that I don't go out of breath. I say, if you can talk as you hike, you're fine. If you can't talk, then there's something wrong. Slow down. And that's what I did. And I never had any high altitude issues.
Very good. So if I were to ask you, you're an expert trekker. You've done mountains, you've done Everest. If somebody was thinking about trekking, and if somebody is an amateur at trekking, what are some of the top 3 tips that you would give to a trekker?
I'll say definitely go out there open-minded. Don't do something because somebody else is doing. Look at what that is at your level, and then you grow from there. As you go out, realize a few important things like drinking water and eating well, because you need the energy to do that. So, yep, just take your own time. The mountain or whatever you're trekking will always be there. You can come back. Eat well, drink, and also rest.
Now, with eating well, I know personally when you're going on the mountains, you lose appetite, you can't eat as much because of altitude, your stomach is bothering you. What would you advise to those people who are struggling to put food down into their stomach?
The first thing is to realize that you get those issues because you have not taken care of yourself. If you go slowly, usually you don't get to that point. Yeah? You get to camp and you feel like you just started the day and you don't lose your appetite. However, I always ask my clients when they come to choose what they love the most out of the nuts, snacks that they can eat, and bring them. Because at that point when you don't have appetite, the last thing you want is something that is tasteless, something that your mouth doesn't want. You want to eat what you love. If it's candy, have it, eat it. If you love bread, bring it, and the taste you want.
Okay, that's a nice one. There's one very common saying in Nepal when we were trekking base camp, and they used to say, dal bhat power 24-hour. Have your rice, have your dal, that dal bhat power lasts 24 hours. Yes. Did you believe in that?
I cannot say that I did not, but because what I know is that peas, which are the dal and all that, are in that family of peas and beans, and nuts actually can hold, they give you a lot of energy. And when you eat them, you feel like they are holding in your tummy throughout the day, unlike things like pasta.
Correct. Yes, so I thought that was quite a nice tip that you've given. Look after yourself, drink enough, listen to your body. Absolutely listen to your body, how far it is allowing to take you. I think those are some of the wonderful tips that you've shared with the audience over here. Now, with trekking and with mountaineering like you've done, obviously one of the things is having the proper gear, the clothes, the shoes, the boots, the poles. What did you do about it? I mean, can you give us some advice on the type of shoes one should be wearing?
Well, on what type of clothing, shoes you need to wear is all depends on where you're going. So when you want to go on an adventure, you need to first of all decide where you are going. And sometimes you have to think about who am I going with and what can they do? And then that makes you know, okay, I want to go to Mount Kenya instead of going to Kilimanjaro. And then you look at the temperatures that you have. And those are the ones that will decide what type of clothes you bring. If you are going at high altitude where it is cold, we advise not using cotton. You need to use synthetic gear. You can use wool, and you can use the puff, what do you call it? The puff jackets. There's approach shoes. So if you are going to Everest, you can use approach shoes from Lukra all the way to almost base camp. But after that, you definitely need boots that can hold crampons. And above 6,000 meters, you need a special boot that will keep you warm. And all those things, you can find that in the internet. You can always ask. Help from people, other mountaineers, to help you guide you what clothing is. But it's not cheap. It's very expensive. In our case, North Face was there and they do a lot of things and other companies chipped in.
Correct. So this is something that obviously a keen mountain trekker would want to find out. Now, if they wanted to connect with you, call you, or ask you any questions about the trek, about the gear, about what to expect and how to do, etc., is there a way that they can connect with yourself, James, and they may want to speak to you or your company? Is that facility available?
Yes. If anybody wanted to get in touch with me, they can write through info@kenyaexpeditions.com. And someone who, either me or one of my employees, can get back to them. And if it is directory for me, it will be referred to me. And I have a WhatsApp number, which is +254 7222 61028.
Thank you. This is a global audience. You're looking at Facebook. People are watching this. People will be watching it. So I'm going to say one thing, because it's an online interview. You're happy to share your number, which is very kind. But if you can repeat your number, your WhatsApp number, and your email ID, so that whoever is watching this can actually take it down properly. Let's start with your WhatsApp number, James.
My WhatsApp number is +254 7222 61028.
Thank you. That's your WhatsApp number. So if anybody wants to get in touch with Mr. James Kagambi about his expeditions and advice from him, please connect with him. Also, James, if you may share your email online here. Spell it out.
Our email is info@kenyaexpeditions.com. info@kenyaexpeditions.com.
Kenya Expeditions with an S at the end. Is that correct? KenyaExpeditions.com. James, can you hear me? Minabin, can you hear me?
Yes. Yes, expeditions.
Fine. Okay, good. So it's a expeditions with an S. Thank you. Thank you, James, for sharing that. Now, moving on to my next couple questions that I would like to ask you. James, what are some of, you've gone the highest, Mount Everest. You've done it. What a delight. What a pleasure. What is your next aspiration? What is the next mountain you personally want to climb?
I respect mountains. So for some people, when they do Everest, like, okay, I'm done, that's it. On Baker in USA, and I really had fun on it. And some people are asking, oh, this looks like peanuts for you because you came from Everest. And I would say, no, I still have to think. I'm taking myself, I'm taking a group. So I have to come up with how we are going to do it. I have a dream to climb Matterhorn. I saw it in 1991 when I was in Switzerland, and I was not able to summit it. It is an expensive mountain because Switzerland is expensive, but I still have a dream to climb it, to do the 7 summits. I don't have so we've done.
Okay, I think we are breaking up a little bit. Minabin, can you hear me clearly?
Hear you clearly, but I lost James' voice.
Okay, same here. I'm losing James's voice. James, maybe there is some issue with internet network or something. Just double check that. You said you wanted to do the 7 summits. Is that correct?
Yeah, if I have an opportunity, I would definitely do that.
And I believe the 7 summits are all in Nepal. Is that correct?
No, the 7 summits in this case indicate the highest mountain in every continent. So in USA, it's Denali, which I have done. In South America, it's Aconcagua, which I have done. In Africa, it is Kilimanjaro, which I have done. In Asia, it is Everest, which I have done. And now it's the one in Russia, Everest, and there's one in Eurasia, in Indonesia, and Venice in Antarctica.
So there's only 3 more to go. You're more than 50% of your way there.
Yes. Yep.
That's wonderful. So that's obviously a very good goal to have. And if I may ask you, how old are you? Is age a factor?
I am 62, turning 63 on 9th of March.
Wonderful.
And
wonderful.
to me, old is not a factor. In fact, sometimes when I'm teaching the adults, when I teach the younger kids, because I love teaching the 14-year-olds, if you fight me with them, you think that I'm younger than them.
I can see that.
It's something that I really enjoy. I don't like thinking about how old I am, but I still want to be told I'm 63, not be told that I'm 40. And I feel energetic. Sometimes I feel, I look at myself and feel proud because I look at my age mates and they look totally different from me.
Wonderful. That is so inspirational. Age is only a number. It's not something that's going to stop you. Now, I keep thinking, aha, I think I can do it. I still have time. So definitely I want to do Mount Kenya, so I'll be coming and joining you. Let me say one thing to you, James, and that's a promise. I'm going to do Mount Kenya with you. When? I'm not sure. Either next year, this year, I'm not sure, but I'm definitely coming.
Okay, great. You're welcome. Just make sure that you decide early because of Everest, there's so many people who want to come and go up mountains. So I need to know early.
Correct. I'll definitely keep you posted on that. Now, let me tell you one thing. Today on our Zoom session, we have a wonderful personality, a man who is well known all around the globe. He's a very, very successful entrepreneur, a very successful businessman, where he says age is no number. Today, he is 90 plus, and I'm going to let him tell us how old he is, but he's 90 plus, and still his mind is sharp as a 16-year-old. He's unfortunately had an injury and resting right now, but he's still here on our Zoom session. He's none other than the Kenyan world-known entrepreneur, Mr. Manubai Chandaria. You must have heard of his name. There you go, Manubai. If you can unmute yourself. Manubai, we need you to unmute. We need you to unmute yourself. Unmute, unmute. Okay. Try and unmute yourself, Manubai, because otherwise we won't be able to hear you. So look, while he's on, there you go. Tell us.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. This is what you can see.
Oh my God.
Well, at 94, it was very difficult to see leg injury.
Yes.
But anyway, one of those things, this is the 35th day seeing the ceiling and sleeping in the bed. Well, thank you very much for, I'm very pleased to hear about this mountaineering. I am always very worried about even climbing few steps in a mountain. But I had a Limuru Gulf Center, the managing director of Limuru Gulf Center and Limuru Bow Center. He was Bob Main, and he had the same way climbing lots of mountains. I'm not sure whether you know him or not. And I think that it's nice somebody else climbing the mountain and I'm clapping. But congratulations for doing all this and getting our younger people to really go out and do it. You know, we used to have that outward bound school. I don't know whether that's still there, whether it's funded or not funded, but I think it always gave younger people an opportunity to go and climb Mount Kilimanjaro. My son is from Singapore, and he has just come down to look after me. And at the age of 10 years or so, he climbed Mount Kenya up to where you can go. There were 6 children who went. One only few minutes climbing and dropped out. Second, third, fourth, and fifth also dropped out, and he was the only one to go up to there. So I think a lot of determination is required and single-mindedness. And thank you very much for giving our children, our younger people, a possibility to climb. Thank you so much.
Manubai, stay online. We all wish you a very, very speedy recovery. Thank you for that. And Manubai, I have a humble request. This young gentleman, James Kagambi, at 62, is doing so much for our country, so much for our little young Kenyan individuals and inspiring them to do outward bound activities. This gentleman with his achievements absolutely deserves great recognition. Any which way we can help this gentleman be recognized and give a kind word to the higher authorities in the country, we should bring them to his notice. So Manubai, that would be very, very helpful. That would be very kind if that can be done. So thank you for that, Manubai. And from MINLA, from Minabel and myself, from all the viewers, we wish you a very, very speedy recovery.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
James, back to you. The last question I want to ask you, that three inspirational tips that you can give the audience today. James, can you hear me?
Yes.
Go ahead. If you can share 3 inspirational tips very quickly.
You know.
Go ahead.
I would say it's a repeat, but I love this, that don't let your age, I'm not talking about just old people, even younger, don't let your age tell you that you cannot do it. Always go out there. I would also say we tend to sometimes think we want to work with something that is not there. There's a saying, you sail by the wind you have, not the wind you don't have. Make use of the little that you have for your own success and to move on. And then don't let anybody tell you you cannot do it.
Wow.
Tell them you.
I love those 3 inspirational points. James, thank you for sharing that with us. This has been an excellent interview with Mr. James Kagambi, one of the very inspirational, the first Kenyan Mwananchi who has actually summited Mount Everest. And look at the determination, look at the motivation he has. He wants to finish off all the 7 summits in this on this planet. And this is going to be a great challenge. We want to help him as much as we can. James, thank you for coming on to MINLA Zoom session. We fast move on to our next session, which is the rapid fire round, the ever popular rapid fire round on MINLA Zoom session. James, are we ready for that?
Yes, I am.
Thank you. So James, welcome on to the Zoom, MINLA Zoom, a rapid fire round. A very quick question and a very quick answer. There are only 12 questions, and we want to finish that in the next 2 up to 3 minutes. The first question, or the first word rather, Mount Everest.
It's tall and it's wonderful.
Thank you. The country, Nepal.
I love the people, the culture is good, the food is amazing.
Thank you. Trekking as an adventure.
Go out there and just trek, look for your own trail, discover something, and whether you like it or not, you come back with new information.
Number 4, gratitude.
I want to thank my parents and for what they have instilled in me. And I learned a lot, especially sharing with other people, which I love doing.
Thank you. Would you like choose between one of them, ugali or sukuma wiki?
You need one to eat the other, but I would eat ugali.
Thank you. What is your ultimate goal?
My ultimate goal right now is to continue mountaineering until I'm 100.
Wow, you've got two goals there. You want to get to 100 and you want to continue mountaineering. All the best to you.
Yes.
The next question is it the traditional Starbucks or the Costa coffee that you like, or is it the normal Kenyan kahawa?
I love the normal Kenyan kahawa and I like brewing it myself.
Wonderful. Of the two, which one would you like if you were given a choice? A Starbucks coffee or a Costa coffee?
I don't like either. I would go for Costa, though.
Nice one. Tell me something or a one word about your recent expedition, Mount Kenya.
It was, we had great weather, I had great people, and we had a lot of fun and we ate well.
Thank you. Your favorite holiday destination, James?
I would still say it is Mount Kenya. I love going out there and fish.
Wonderful. And your favorite sport, may I ask?
Fishing, fly fishing.
Fishing. Lovely. That takes us to 11 questions. And the last, number 12, says, what did you think about Dr. Lalit Soda's rapid fire round?
It was quick, easy. I didn't have to think about it, but I like it.
Thank you. That was very nice of you to play with us. James, this has been an amazing interview, an amazing session. And please remain connected with us because Meena and myself, we are both coming to Mount Kenya with you. On that note, thank you very much. Thank you, Manubai. Thank you, James, for being with us. A global namaste to all of you. And I will now hand it over to Mrs. Meena Ben Kagram to formally end the session. Meena Ben, it's all yours.
Habariya journey to all. It is my pleasant and humble duty to end this session with the heartiest thank you to you, Mr. James Kagambi. Asandi Sana Dugu. Really loved the. I'm going to climb with you, Mount Kenya.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Thank you all beautiful souls, Asandi Sana, to all the viewer on Facebook Live and those who have logged live on the Zoom session. Can't end my thank you without saying big thank you to my cute cousin, Dr. Lalit Soda, and our host, Ellie Bhai. Here, Ellie.
Hi, everyone.
Hello, Ellie.
He wants to climb Mount Kenya as well. He's been telling me now. And
Sisi na twende pamoja, Ellie.
Yeah, we go together.
thank you all. Thank you. Asante sana. Kwaherini. Happy New Year. Enjoy yourself. Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye, James. Bye-bye, Meena Ben. Bye-bye, Ellie.
Master.
Bye. Hello. Yeah. Hey. Kuriku.